Let's look at some political cartoons by A.F. Branco on the legalinsurrection.com website. The first cartoon implies that Joe Biden expects to win the election simply because he is not Donald Trump, so Biden feels no need to answer voters' questions such as, "Will you pack the Supreme Court? Will you disavow your friend and mentor, Robert Byrd, who is a member of the Ku Klux Klan? Will you still be doing Communist China's bidding?" Next, Donald Trump is seen in a boxing ring opposed not just by Joe Biden, but also by the biased anti-Trump debate moderator Chris Wallace. Next, Trump's Catholic nominee to the Supreme Court, Amy Coney Barrett, is pictured as a Christian being fed to hungry lions. The lions represent the Democrats who oppose Barrett because of her Christian views. Next, Branco mocks the mainstream news media for pretending that the violent Antifa riots and arson were mostly peaceful protests. That is as much a lie as pretending that a sinking ship is mostly floating. It's as much a lie as pretending that a crashing airplane is mostly flying. And it's as much a lie as claiming that mainstream news reporting is mostly unbiased. Here, Joe Biden is depicted as a Trojan horse. He looks harmless, but actually he is dangerous, because if he is elected, his agenda will be driven by the left-wing extremists hiding inside the horse. The horse is being pushed by violent Antifa rioters dressed in black for anonymity. Google, Facebook, and Twitter will likely influence millions of voters to support Biden. These tech giants are biased against President Trump. Meanwhile, Joe Biden is adopting some of Donald Trump's policies without giving Trump credit for his leadership on these issues. In this cartoon, Branco implies that there are two main Democrat strategies. One strategy is to convince women and minorities that they are the victims of imaginary white male oppression. Another strategy is to distribute extra ballots so that their supporters can cheat. No matter how weak Joe Biden is as a candidate, and regardless of the many Biden scandals that have been swept under the rug, the mainstream news media are determined to get Joe Biden elected. Some Democrats have suggested replacing police officers with psychologists and social workers. Here, Branco envisions the problems that would cause for defenseless people facing violent criminals. In this cartoon, Branco depicts armed Democrats using force to deprive patriotic Americans of their constitutional rights. Here, Barack Obama is anxious that his Obamagate crimes are being exposed. To distract Americans' attention away from his own crimes, he is claiming that President Trump has mishandled the coronavirus pandemic. Next, Branco implies that the coronavirus pandemic might actually be the first strike in a biological war waged by China against America. Here, Peter Strzok and James Comey are using their high positions in the FBI to frame General Michael Flynn as a criminal, even though he is actually an American hero. In this cartoon, the COVID-19 economic shutdown is killing the man in the bed who represents the American economy. The Republican elephant complains about this, and the Democrat donkey consoles him, but his face looks happy. This seems to imply that the Democrats will gladly even kill the American economy if that's what it takes to defeat Donald Trump. Next, Donald Trump is using his finger to plug a hole in a dam. This represents his executive order to block passenger air traffic from China to prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus from China to America. The Democrat donkey reacts by insulting Trump, falsely accusing him of xenophobia. Even though the coronavirus originated in Wuhan, China, the Chinese government blamed it on President Trump. So did the mainstream media. In this cartoon, the elephant with the horn on his trunk represents the RINOs. RINO stands for Republican in name only. This rhino elephant is supporting Biden because he thinks Trump is too embarrassing. Ironically, it is Joe Biden who the rhino should find embarrassing, as Biden is infamous for touching young women inappropriately. In this final cartoon, Branco implies that Democrat Adam Schiff has no interest in democracy and in reality is a tyrant, just like the dictators of Venezuela and China. To see more political cartoons from A.F. Branco, visit legalinsurrection.com. If you found this video interesting, please click the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you.